Every night, as you surrender to sleep, your mind becomes a theater where impossible stories unfold. In this quiet darkness, you might find yourself flying through cotton candy clouds, having conversations with people who exist only in memory, or solving problems that seemed insurmountable in waking life. Dreams are perhaps the most intimate mystery of human existence, a nightly journey into realms where the laws of physics bend, time flows like honey, and the deepest corners of our consciousness paint vivid scenes across the canvas of sleep. Hi, I'm Luna, and if you find comfort in quiet curiosity, gentle science, and stories that drift like starlight, you're in just the right place. So wrap yourself in something warm, settle in, and if you'd like to hear more sleepy wonderings, feel free to like and subscribe because tonight, we're going to explore one of the most enchanting frontiers of neuroscience, the science of dreams. We'll wander through the landscape of the sleeping mind, discovering how these mysterious nocturnal narratives emerge from the complex dance of neurons, why evolution might have gifted us with this ability to create entire worlds while we rest, and what modern science is revealing about these private theaters that play exclusively for audiences of one. As we journey together through this exploration, let your breathing slow and your muscles soften. We'll move gently from the bustling activity of the dreaming brain to the peaceful valleys of sleep cycles, from the ancient wisdom of dream interpretation to the cutting-edge discoveries of modern neuroscience. Each revelation will be like a soft wave lapping at the shore of consciousness, informing and soothing in equal measure. To understand dreams, we must first understand the intricate architecture of sleep itself. Your brain doesn't simply switch off when you close your eyes. Instead, it transforms into something altogether different. A nocturnal alchemist working with the raw materials of memory, emotion, and imagination to create experiences that can feel more vivid and meaningful than waking life itself. Sleep unfolds in cycles, like gentle waves rolling toward shore. Each cycle lasts roughly 90 minutes, and within this cycle, your brain moves through distinct stages, each with its own rhythm, its own purpose, its own relationship to the phenomenon we call dreaming. Imagine these stages as different floors of a tall building, and throughout the night, you're riding a very slow, very peaceful elevator that carries you up and down between these levels of consciousness. The first stage is like standing at the threshold between day and night, that drowsy moment when thoughts begin to drift and merge in unexpected ways. Your brain waves slow from the quick, alert beta waves of waking consciousness to the gentler alpha waves, then further still to the rolling theta waves that mark the border between wake and sleep. This is where those strange, brief dreams often occur, the ones that feel like fragments of thoughts wrapped in gossamer. Moments where you might dream of falling or hear your name called, only to jolt gently awake. As you drift deeper into the second stage of non-REM sleep, your brain begins to produce what scientists call sleep spindles, brief bursts of brain activity that look like little spindles when viewed on an electroencephalogram. These sleep spindles are like gentle gatekeepers, helping to keep external sounds and sensations from waking you, while simultaneously playing a role in the consolidation of memories. Your body temperature drops slightly, your heart rate slows, and your muscles relax more completely, as if you're sinking into the most comfortable bed imaginable. The third stage brings you into the deepest valleys of non-REM sleep, sometimes called slow-wave sleep because of the long, rolling delta waves that now dominate your brain's electrical activity. This is sleep's most restorative phase, when your body repairs tissues, strengthens your immune system, and releases growth hormones. Your brain waves roll like gentle swells on a calm ocean, and dreams here, when they occur, tend to be simple, peaceful, and often quickly forgotten, more like brief impressions than full narratives. But it's during REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, that the theater of dreams truly comes alive. Named for the quick, darting movements of the eyes beneath closed lids, REM sleep is when the brain becomes almost as active as it is during waking hours. Yet the body remains peacefully paralyzed, a natural safety mechanism that prevents you from acting out your dreams. It's as if your mind is writing and directing elaborate films while your body rests in a comfortable theater seat. During REM sleep, your brain waves quicken, resembling the patterns of wakefulness. But consciousness takes on an entirely different quality. The prefrontal cortex, that part of your brain responsible for logical reasoning and critical thinking, becomes less active, while areas associated with emotion, sensory processing, and memory become highly animated. This shift creates the perfect conditions for dreams. Logical constraints relax, allowing for the impossible and improbable, while emotional and sensory experiences become heightened and vivid. The first REM period of the night might last only 5 to 10 minutes, occurring roughly 90 minutes after you first fall asleep. But as the night progresses, REM periods become longer and more frequent, like acts in a play that grow more elaborate and engaging. By morning, you might spend 30 minutes or more in a single REM period, creating those long, complex dreams that feel like complete adventures. Dreams so rich and detailed that they sometimes seem to last for hours or even days. This cycling between non-REM and REM sleep continues throughout the night, typically completing 4 to 6 full cycles. Each transition is smooth and natural, guided by complex interactions between neurotransmitters and brain regions, including the brainstem's control centers that regulate these sleep stages, with the precision of a master conductor leading an orchestra through a gentle, nocturnal symphony. The temperature of your sleeping environment, the comfort of your bed, even the familiar sounds of your home all contribute to the quality of these cycles. When everything is just right, when you feel safe, comfortable, and at peace, your brain can move through these stages with the fluidity of a river flowing toward the sea, creating the optimal conditions for both restorative sleep and the rich, meaningful dreams that emerge from this nightly journey. The neuroscience of dream creation deep within your sleeping brain. A fascinating choreography unfolds each night, one that would rival any theatrical production in its complexity and beauty. The creation of dreams involves multiple brain networks working in concert, each contributing its own instruments to the grand symphony of sleep consciousness. Understanding this process is like peering behind the curtain of the mind's most intimate theater. The brainstem serves as the maestro of this nocturnal orchestra, initiating REM sleep through a delicate balance of neurotransmitters. Acetylcholine, often called the conductor's baton of REM sleep, surges from neurons in the pons, triggering the rapid eye movements that give this sleep stage its name. Meanwhile, norepinephrine, serotonin, and histamine, the neurotransmitters that keep us alert and focused during the day, retreat like stagehands dimming the lights, allowing the dream world to emerge. As acetylcholine floods the brain, it activates regions that have been quietly resting during non-REM sleep. The visual cortex springs to life, creating the often stunning imagery that populates our dreams. Even though your eyes are closed and no light reaches your retinas, the visual cortex works with the same intensity it would if you were watching the most captivating film, generating everything from familiar faces to impossible landscapes, from brilliant colors to the subtle play of shadow and light. The limbic system, that ancient collection of brain structures governing emotion and memory, becomes particularly active during REM sleep. The amygdala, your brain's emotion center, processes feelings with heightened sensitivity, which explains why dreams often carry such strong emotional charges. Why a dream reunion with a lost friend can bring tears upon waking, or why a nightmare can leave your heart racing despite the absence of any real threat. The hippocampus, your brain's primary memory consolidation center, works throughout REM sleep like a librarian organizing the day's experiences. It sifts through recent memories, connecting them to older ones stored throughout the cortex, creating new associations and strengthening important neural pathways. This process might explain why dreams often blend recent experiences with distant memories, creating narratives where childhood friends appear in current settings, or where solutions to present problems emerge through connections to past experiences. Perhaps most intriguingly, the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive center responsible for logical reasoning, planning, and self-awareness, shows decreased activity during REM sleep. This reduction in critical thinking allows dreams to unfold without the constant questioning and fact-checking that characterizes waking thought. In dreams, you can fly without wondering about aerodynamics, have conversations with deceased relatives without questioning their presence, or find yourself in impossible situations that seem perfectly reasonable within the dream's context. This temporary suspension of logical constraints isn't a flaw in the system. It's a feature that may serve important functions. Without the prefrontal cortex acting as a strict editor, the brain can make novel connections between seemingly unrelated concepts, potentially leading to creative insights and innovative problem-solving. Many artists, scientists, and inventors have reported breakthrough moments that originated in dreams, from Kekulé's discovery of benzene's ring structure to Paul McCartney's composition of Yesterday. The parietal cortex, responsible for spatial awareness and the integration of sensory information, also shows altered activity during REM sleep. This may explain why dream environments often shift and morph in ways that would be impossible in waking life. Hallways that seem to extend infinitely, buildings that change their layout as you move through them, or the curious phenomenon of being in multiple locations simultaneously within a single dream. Recent neuroimaging studies have revealed that the brain's default mode network, a collection of brain regions active during rest and introspection, remains highly active during REM sleep, but shows different connectivity patterns than during waking rest. This altered connectivity might contribute to the often self-referential nature of dreams, where the dreamer is typically the central character in narratives that, while often strange, usually relate somehow to the dreamer's personal concerns, relationships, and experiences. The brain's glymphatic system, discovered relatively recently, also plays a crucial role during sleep. This network of vessels acts like a cleaning service, flushing waste products from brain cells while you sleep. The glymphatic system is most active during non-REM sleep, when brain cells actually shrink slightly, creating more space for cerebrospinal fluid to flow through and clear away metabolic waste, including proteins associated with neurodegenerative diseases. Temperature regulation also influences dream content and quality. Your body's core temperature naturally drops during sleep, reaching its lowest point during early morning hours. This temperature decrease may contribute to the sometimes bizarre and fluid nature of dreams, as brain chemistry becomes subtly altered by these thermal changes. Many people report more vivid or unusual dreams when their sleeping environment is either too warm or too cold, suggesting that optimal temperature regulation supports not just better sleep, but more coherent dream experiences as well. The production of certain hormones during sleep also influences dreaming. Growth hormone, released primarily during deep non-REM sleep, supports physical restoration and may influence dream content related to bodily sensations. Cortisol, which naturally rises in the early morning hours, might contribute to the anxiety-provoking dreams that sometimes occur just before waking. Meanwhile, melatonin, produced by the pineal gland in response to darkness, not only promotes sleepiness, but may also influence the emotional tone and vividness of dreams. Dreams speak in a language unlike any other, a tongue that predates words, communicating through symbols, emotions, and sensations that bypass the rational mind and speak directly to something deeper within us. This dream language operates on principles that would seem foreign to our waking consciousness. Yet it possesses its own logic, its own grammar, and its own profound capacity for meaning. In the world of dreams, a house might represent the self, with different rooms corresponding to different aspects of personality or memory. But this isn't a fixed translation. In another dream, or for another dreamer, a house might represent security, family, the past, or even the body itself. The meaning emerges not from universal symbols, but from the unique tapestry of each dreamer's experiences, emotions, and associations. Consider how dreams handle the concept of people. Often, dream figures are composites. They might have the face of one person, the voice of another, and the emotional significance of yet a third. Sometimes you dream of someone you know well, but they look entirely different in the dream, yet you're absolutely certain of their identity. This fluid approach to identity reflects how your brain processes and stores memories of people, not as single, fixed files, but as networks of associations spread across multiple brain regions. The emotional content of dreams often carries more weight than their narrative structure. You might wake from a dream with only vague memories of what happened, but with a crystal clear recollection of how it felt, the warmth of being welcomed home, the anxiety of being unprepared for an important event, or the joy of an unexpected reunion. These emotional impressions often prove more lasting and meaningful than the specific details of dream plots. Water appears frequently in dreams, often carrying emotional significance. Calm, clear water might represent peace or clarity, while turbulent seas could symbolize overwhelming emotions or uncertain circumstances. But again, the meaning is highly personal. For someone who nearly drowned as a child, water in dreams might always carry undertones of anxiety, while for someone who finds peace by the ocean, dream water might consistently represent comfort and renewal. The way time operates in dreams reveals much about how memory works. Past and present can coexist seamlessly in a dream. You might find yourself as an adult visiting your childhood home, which appears exactly as it was 30 years ago. Yet, everyone treats your adult presence as perfectly normal. This temporal fluidity allows the dreaming mind to explore relationships between different life periods, to process how past experiences shape present understanding. Dreams also demonstrate the brain's remarkable capacity for creative synthesis. The people, places, and objects in dreams are typically drawn from memory, but they're often combined in novel ways. You might dream of a house that blends architectural features from your current home, your childhood bedroom, and a hotel you stayed in years ago. This creative recombination suggests that dreaming might serve as a kind of mental laboratory where the brain experiments with new connections and possibilities. The sensory richness of dreams varies greatly from person to person and from dream to dream. Some people dream primarily in images, while others report dreams rich in sound, physical sensation, or even smell and taste. This variation reflects differences in individual brain organization, and perhaps in what types of sensory memories are most salient for each person. Musicians might dream in symphonies, while chefs might dream in flavors and aromas. Recurring dreams deserve special attention in our exploration of dream language. These are dreams that repeat, sometimes for years, often with variations, but maintaining core elements that give them a distinct identity. Recurring dreams typically emerge during periods of stress or major life transitions, and they often persist until some resolution is reached, either in the external circumstances that prompted them or in the dreamer's internal processing of related issues. The phenomenon of false awakening, dreaming that you've woken up, only to actually wake up later, illustrates the brain's sophisticated simulation capabilities. In these dreams, the brain creates not just a visual representation of waking up, but often includes accurate details about your bedroom, your usual morning routine, even the quality of light filtering through your windows. The simulation is so convincing that it can take several moments after actual waking to determine whether the previous waking was real or dreamed. Color in dreams has fascinated researchers and dreamers alike. While some people report dreaming primarily in black and white, a phenomenon that became more common during the era of black and white television, most dreamers experience full color in their dreams. The colors that appear often carry emotional significance. Warm colors like red and gold might accompany positive dreams, while cooler colors like blue and gray might appear in more somber dream scenarios. Flying dreams, reported by the vast majority of people at some point in their lives, might represent the brain's way of simulating freedom from physical constraints. The sensation of flight in dreams can feel remarkably real, complete with the feeling of wind, the view from above, and the freedom of movement in 3 dimensions. These dreams often correlate with periods in life when the dreamer feels particularly confident or liberated from restrictions. Dreams of being chased or pursued are among the most common dream themes across cultures and throughout history. These dreams might serve as a way for the brain to practice threat responses in a safe environment, or they might represent the dreamer's attempt to process feelings of anxiety, guilt, or avoidance in waking life. The identity of the pursuer, whether it's a specific person, an unknown figure, or even an abstract presence, often provides clues to what the dreamer might be avoiding or struggling with in waking life. From the perspective of evolution, dreams present a fascinating puzzle. Here is a biological process that consumes tremendous energy during REM sleep. The brain uses almost as much glucose as it does during waking hours, yet produces no obvious survival benefit. We are vulnerable while we dream, temporarily paralyzed and unaware of our environment, seemingly lost in internal experiences that have no bearing on the external world. So why did evolution preserve and refine this costly, seemingly impractical process? The answer, like many evolutionary mysteries, likely lies not in a single function, but in multiple overlapping benefits that together made dreaming so valuable that it became an integral part of mammalian sleep. Recent research suggests that dreams might serve as a sophisticated form of mental maintenance, emotional processing, and even survival preparation that proved so beneficial to our ancestors that the costs became acceptable. One compelling theory suggests that dreams serve as a form of overnight therapy, helping to process emotional experiences in a safe, consequence-free environment. During REM sleep, the brain revisits emotionally significant events from recent days, often in modified or symbolic form. This emotional processing might help integrate difficult experiences, reduce their emotional charge, and develop coping strategies for similar future situations. In essence, dreams might function as a natural form of exposure therapy, allowing us to confront fears and anxieties in a context where no real harm can come to us. The memory consolidation function of dreams has received substantial scientific support. While you sleep and dream, your brain appears to be actively sorting through the day's experiences, determining which memories to keep, which to discard, and how to integrate new information with existing knowledge. Studies have shown that people who dream about recently learned material often show improved performance on related tasks the following day, suggesting that dreams play an active role in learning and memory formation. This memory processing might have provided significant survival advantages to our ancestors. The ability to rapidly integrate new information about food sources, predator behaviors, weather patterns, or social dynamics could mean the difference between life and death in challenging environments. Dreams might have served as nightly briefings, helping our ancestors prepare for the challenges they were likely to face. Another intriguing possibility is that dreams function as a form of mental simulation, allowing the brain to practice responses to various scenarios without the risks associated with real-world experimentation. In dreams, you might practice escaping from dangerous situations, confronting challenging social interactions, or solving complex problems. While dream scenarios are often bizarre and unrealistic, the underlying neural processes involved in decision-making, problem-solving, and emotional regulation are exercised and strengthened. The threat simulation theory, proposed by researcher Antti Ravansuo, suggests that dreams specifically evolved to help our ancestors practice responses to dangerous situations. According to this theory, the prevalence of threatening content in dreams, being chased, attacked, lost, or facing natural disasters, reflects an ancient function of helping dreamers develop and maintain the neural circuitry needed for threat detection and avoidance. Social simulation might represent another evolutionary function of dreams. Many dreams involve complex social interactions, conversations, conflicts, reunions, and relationship dynamics. These social dreams might help maintain and develop the sophisticated social cognition that has been crucial to human survival and success. Through dreams, we might practice reading social cues, navigating complex group dynamics, and maintaining important relationships. The creativity aspect of dreams might also have provided evolutionary advantages. The ability to see novel connections between seemingly unrelated concepts, to imagine new solutions to old problems, and to think beyond conventional limitations could have been tremendously valuable for problem-solving, tool-making, and adaptation to changing environments. Many significant discoveries and innovations have been attributed to insights that emerged from dreams, suggesting that this creative function might have deep evolutionary roots. Some researchers have proposed that dreams serve a brain maintenance function, similar to how computers run background processes to optimize performance. During sleep, the brain might use dream content as a way to test neural pathways, strengthen important connections, and prune unnecessary ones. This neural housekeeping might help maintain optimal brain function and prevent the accumulation of cellular damage that could impair cognitive performance. The emotional regulation function of dreams might have been particularly important for social species like humans. The ability to process and integrate emotional experiences, to develop emotional resilience, and to maintain stable relationships within complex social groups would have provided significant survival advantages. Dreams might help individuals recover from traumatic experiences, maintain emotional balance, and develop the emotional intelligence needed for successful social cooperation. Interestingly, not all animals appear to dream in the same way humans do. While most mammals show evidence of REM sleep, the duration and characteristics vary significantly across species. Dolphins and whales have minimal REM sleep, possibly because the temporary paralysis that accompanies REM sleep would be dangerous for animals that must consciously control their breathing. Some species, like echidnas and platypuses, show very little REM sleep despite being mammals, suggesting that dreaming as we understand it might not be universal among mammals. The fact that REM sleep increases during periods of learning and adaptation, suggests that dreaming might be particularly important during times of environmental or social change. Young animals typically show much more REM sleep than adults, possibly because their brains are rapidly developing and need more time for the memory consolidation and neural organization that dreams might facilitate. Cultural evolution might also have influenced the development of dreaming. As human societies became more complex, the ability to navigate intricate social relationships, remember detailed cultural information, and innovate solutions to collective challenges would have become increasingly important. Dreams might have evolved not just as individual survival tools, but as mechanisms that support the complex social learning and cultural transmission that characterize human societies. Modern dream research, unlocking the secrets in laboratories around the world. Scientists are using increasingly sophisticated tools to peer into the mysterious realm of dreams, uncovering secrets that would have seemed like science fiction just a few decades ago. Modern dream research combines cutting-edge neuroscience with careful psychological observation, creating an unprecedented window into one of consciousness's most elusive phenomena. The advent of functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, has allowed researchers to watch the dreaming brain in action with remarkable precision. These massive machines, humming quietly in darkened research facilities, can track blood flow to different brain regions with such accuracy that scientists can now identify which areas become active during different types of dreams. When someone dreams of movement, motor areas light up. When they dream of faces, facial recognition areas show increased activity. It's as if researchers can watch the brain painting its nightly masterpieces in real time. One of the most remarkable recent developments is the field of dream content analysis using machine learning algorithms. Researchers at ATR International in Japan have developed computer systems that can predict, with surprising accuracy, what images people are seeing in their dreams based solely on brain activity patterns. While still in early stages, this technology raises fascinating possibilities and questions about the nature of consciousness and privacy. Sleep laboratories, those quiet sanctuaries where volunteers spend nights wired with sensors, have revealed intricate details about the timing and characteristics of dreams. Researchers have discovered that the content of dreams changes throughout the night in predictable ways. Early dreams tend to incorporate more elements from the previous day, while later dreams often draw more heavily on older memories and may be more emotionally intense. Morning dreams, occurring during the longest REM periods, are often the most vivid and complex, resembling complete narratives more than the fragmentary experiences of earlier dream periods. The discovery of sleep inertia, that groggy, disoriented feeling that sometimes follows waking from deep sleep, has helped scientists understand why dream recall varies so dramatically. Dreams that occur during lighter sleep phases are much more likely to be remembered than those from deep REM sleep. This finding has practical implications for anyone interested in improving dream recall. Setting an alarm to wake during lighter sleep phases can significantly increase the likelihood of remembering dreams. Lucid dreaming research represents one of the most exciting frontiers in dream science. Lucid dreams are those in which the dreamer becomes aware they are dreaming while remaining asleep. This awareness often allows for conscious control over dream content, essentially turning dreams into interactive experiences. Researchers have developed techniques for inducing lucid dreams, including reality checks during waking hours, specific sleep timing protocols, and even technological devices that provide subtle sensory cues during REM sleep. The implications of lucid dreaming research extend far beyond curiosity about dreams themselves. Lucid dreamers can serve as researchers' collaborators, performing predetermined tasks while dreaming and signaling their completion through prearranged eye movements. This has allowed scientists to study the relationship between dreamed actions and brain activity in ways that would have been impossible with conventional dream research methods. Virtual reality technology is beginning to intersect with dream research in intriguing ways. Some researchers are exploring whether VR experiences before sleep influence dream content, while others are investigating whether VR might be used to help people overcome recurring nightmares by providing controlled exposure to feared situations in a safe, virtual environment. The study of dream content across different cultures has revealed both universal themes and fascinating cultural variations. While certain dream experiences, flying, falling, being chased, appear in virtually all cultures, the specific content and emotional significance of dreams can vary dramatically based on cultural background, personal history, and social context. These cross-cultural studies suggest that while the basic mechanisms of dreaming are universal, the meaning and significance attributed to dreams is deeply influenced by cultural factors. Sleep disorders have provided unexpected windows into dream mechanisms. People with REM sleep behavior disorder, a condition in which the normal paralysis of REM sleep is disrupted, sometimes act out their dreams physically. Studying these individuals has helped researchers understand the relationship between dreamed actions and the brain systems that normally prevent us from moving during dreams. Similarly, people with narcolepsy, who can enter REM sleep almost immediately upon falling asleep, have provided insights into the timing and triggers of dream states. The role of neurotransmitters in dream formation has become clearer through pharmaceutical research. Medications that affect serotonin, dopamine, and other neurotransmitters can dramatically alter dream frequency, intensity, and content. Antidepressants, for example, often suppress REM sleep and reduce dream recall, while discontinuing these medications can lead to intense, vivid dreams as REM sleep rebounds. These pharmacological effects have helped researchers map the chemical foundations of dreaming. Recent research has also explored the relationship between creativity and dreaming more systematically. Studies have shown that people who remember their dreams more frequently tend to score higher on creativity measures, and that certain types of dream content are associated with enhanced creative problem-solving abilities the following day. Some research suggests that the loose associations and reduced logical constraints of dreams might provide an ideal environment for the kind of divergent thinking that underlies creative insights. The emerging field of computational dream analysis uses artificial intelligence to identify patterns in large databases of dream reports. These computer algorithms can detect subtle patterns in dream content that might escape human analysis, potentially revealing universal structures or functions in dreaming that have previously gone unnoticed. Machine learning systems trained on thousands of dream reports are beginning to identify consistent relationships between life events, emotional states, and dream content. Throughout human history, dreams have been recognized not merely as nocturnal entertainment or neurological noise, but as powerful agents of healing and restoration. Modern science is now validating what ancient cultures intuited, that dreams play crucial roles in emotional processing, trauma integration, and psychological well-being. This healing function of dreams operates on multiple levels, from the cellular processes of sleep to the complex psychological work of meaning-making and emotional regulation. At the most fundamental level, the sleep during which dreams occur is itself profoundly healing. During the deep, restful stages of non-REM sleep that alternate with dream-rich REM periods, your body engages in essential repair work. Tissues regenerate, the immune system strengthens, and the brain's glymphatic system flushes away cellular waste products that accumulate during waking hours. Growth hormone surges during deep sleep, supporting not only physical development in children, but also ongoing tissue repair and maintenance throughout life. But the healing power of dreams extends far beyond these physical processes. Dreams appear to serve as a natural form of emotional therapy, providing a safe space where difficult feelings can be experienced, explored, and gradually integrated. When you dream about challenging situations, whether drawn from recent experiences or distant memories, your brain is essentially providing you with exposure therapy, allowing you to confront fears and anxieties in a context where no real harm can occur. The emotional processing that occurs during dreams often involves a kind of creative problem solving that wouldn't be possible during waking hours. In dreams, your mind can experiment with different responses to challenging situations, explore alternative outcomes, and practice coping strategies. A person dealing with grief might dream of conversations with the deceased, providing opportunities to express unfinished thoughts or receive comfort. Someone facing a difficult decision might dream of exploring different life paths, allowing unconscious wisdom to inform conscious choices. Post-traumatic stress disorder research has provided particularly compelling evidence for dreams' healing potential. While nightmares are often seen as symptoms of trauma, recent research suggests they might also represent the brain's attempt to process and integrate traumatic experiences. The repeated dreaming about traumatic events might serve as a form of gradual exposure, slowly reducing the emotional charge associated with traumatic memories. Some therapeutic approaches now work with trauma-related dreams directly, helping individuals reshape recurring nightmares into more manageable or even empowering dream experiences. The phenomenon of mastery dreams illustrates another aspect of dreams' healing function. These are dreams in which the dreamer successfully navigates challenges, overcomes obstacles, or demonstrates competence in areas where they feel uncertain in waking life. A student anxious about an upcoming exam might dream of confidently answering difficult questions. Someone recovering from illness might dream of physical strength and vitality. These mastery dreams might serve as mental rehearsals that build confidence and resilience for waking life challenges. Grief processing through dreams represents one of the most poignant examples of dreams' healing power. Many people report meaningful dreams involving deceased loved ones, and these dreams often play important roles in the mourning process. Early grief dreams might involve denial, dreams where the person is still alive and the loss hasn't occurred. As grief progresses, dreams might involve farewells, forgiveness, or guidance from the deceased. These dreams often provide comfort and a sense of continued connection that supports healing and eventual acceptance. The healing power of dreams isn't limited to major traumas or losses. Dreams help process the smaller stresses and challenges of daily life as well. Work-related anxiety might be processed through dreams about job performance. Relationship concerns might be explored through dreams about social interactions. And general life stress might be discharged through dreams that provide escape or wish fulfillment. This nightly emotional maintenance might prevent smaller stresses from accumulating into larger psychological problems. Creative healing through dreams represents another fascinating dimension of dreams' therapeutic potential. Artists, writers, musicians, and other creative individuals have long reported that dreams provide inspiration, solutions to creative blocks, and entirely new artistic directions. The famous story of Kekule discovering the structure of benzene through a dream of a snake eating its own tail illustrates how dreams can provide creative breakthrough moments. But creative healing through dreams isn't limited to professional artists. Anyone can benefit from dreams' ability to generate novel perspectives and innovative solutions. Some researchers suggest that dreams might function as a form of emotional immune system, helping maintain psychological health just as the physical immune system maintains bodily health. Regular, healthy dreaming might provide ongoing protection against the accumulation of emotional toxins, unprocessed feelings, unresolved conflicts, and accumulated stress that could otherwise compromise mental health. The social healing aspects of dreams deserve attention as well. Dreams about relationships, both positive and challenging ones, might help maintain social bonds and resolve interpersonal conflicts. You might dream of reconciling with estranged friends, having conversations that were never possible in waking life, or exploring different ways of relating to important people in your life. These social dreams might contribute to emotional intelligence and relationship satisfaction. Cultural and spiritual healing through dreams has been recognized in many traditions around the world. Aboriginal Australian Dreamtime, Native American Vision Quests, and countless other cultural practices recognize dreams as sources of guidance, healing, and connection to something larger than individual consciousness. While modern science approaches dreams through different frameworks, the healing potential recognized by these traditions aligns remarkably well with contemporary research findings. The timing of healing dreams often corresponds to periods of greatest need. During illness, major life transitions, or times of emotional upheaval, many people report more vivid, frequent, or meaningful dreams. It's as if the dreaming mind responds to increased stress or challenge by intensifying its healing work. Recovery from surgery, adjustment to new life circumstances, and processing of major losses are all commonly accompanied by periods of particularly active or significant dreaming. The human experience of dreaming transcends cultural boundaries, yet the meaning, interpretation, and significance attributed to dreams varies dramatically across different societies. This fascinating interplay between universal dream experiences and cultural understanding reveals how dreams serve as both deeply personal phenomena and shared human experiences that reflect the values, beliefs, and worldviews of different societies. Archaeological evidence suggests that dream interpretation is as old as recorded human history. Ancient Mesopotamian texts contain detailed dream interpretation guides, and Egyptian papyri describe elaborate rituals for inducing prophetic dreams. These historical records indicate that from the earliest civilizations, humans have recognized dreams as significant experiences worthy of careful attention and interpretation. In many indigenous cultures around the world, dreams are considered journeys of the soul rather than merely neurological events. Australian Aboriginal peoples speak of dreamtime, a sacred era when ancestral spirits walked the earth, shaping the landscape and establishing the laws that govern existence. For Aboriginal Australians, dreaming connects individuals to this eternal realm, providing access to ancestral wisdom and guidance for daily life. The landscape itself is seen as a manifestation of ancestral dreaming, making dreams not just personal experiences, but connections to the very fabric of reality. Native American traditions often view dreams as communications from the spirit world, messages from ancestors, or glimpses into possible futures. Vision quests, ritual journeys undertaken to receive guidance through dreams and visions, remain important rites of passage in many tribes. the distinction between dreaming and waking consciousness is often less rigid in these traditions, with dream experiences considered equally valid forms of knowledge and experience. In contrast, many Western cultures have historically viewed dreams with suspicion or dismissed them as meaningless brain activity. The scientific revolution and Enlightenment emphasized rational thought and empirical observation, leading to centuries during which dreams were often relegated to superstition or mental illness. However, this dismissive attitude began to change with Freud's work in the early 20th century, which reintroduced dreams as subjects worthy of serious study, albeit through a psychological rather than spiritual lens. Hindu and Buddhist traditions offer sophisticated frameworks for understanding dreams that bridge spiritual and psychological perspectives. In these traditions, dreams are often seen as manifestations of the subtle body, or as experiences that occur in intermediate states between life and death. The Tibetan practice of dream yoga aims to maintain consciousness during dreaming, using dream states as opportunities for spiritual development and preparation for the bardos, or intermediate states experienced after death. Chinese culture has maintained detailed systems of dream interpretation for thousands of years, often focusing on dreams as predictive indicators of health, fortune, or family circumstances. Traditional Chinese medicine views dreams as reflections of the body's internal balance, with different types of dreams indicating various states of physical and emotional health. The timing of dreams within the night is considered significant, with dreams occurring at different hours, carrying different meanings and implications. Islamic tradition places significant importance on true dreams, or raya, which are considered forms of divine communication. The Prophet Muhammad reportedly said that true dreams are one of the 46 parts of prophecy, establishing a theological framework that validates certain dream experiences as spiritually meaningful. Islamic dream interpretation, or tabir, has developed into a sophisticated discipline with detailed methodologies for distinguishing between true dreams, symbolic communications, and ordinary psychological processing. African cultures across the continent share many common approaches to dreaming, often viewing dreams as communications from ancestors or as journeys to the spirit realm. Among the Xhosa people of South Africa, dreams are considered so important that major life decisions are often made based on dream guidance. The concept of Ubuntu, the interconnectedness of all beings, extends to dream experiences, where individual dreams are understood to have implications for the entire community. Japanese culture presents a fascinating blend of indigenous Shinto beliefs about dreams as communications from kami spirits and imported Buddhist concepts about dream consciousness. The practice of yumuru, or dream seeing, has been refined over centuries into methods for cultivating meaningful dreams and interpreting their significance for personal and community well-being. Modern cross-cultural dream research has revealed striking similarities in dream content across cultures, despite vast differences in interpretation and meaning. Falling dreams, dreams of being chased, dreams of losing teeth, and dreams of flying appear in virtually every culture studied, suggesting that certain aspects of the dreaming experience reflect universal features of human neurology and psychology. However, the emotional significance and cultural meaning attributed to these universal themes varies dramatically. In cultures where dreams are considered spiritually significant, people often report more vivid dreams, better dream recall, and more frequent experiences of meaningful or prophetic dreams. This correlation suggests that cultural attitudes and expectations might influence not just how dreams are interpreted, but how they are experienced. When dreams are valued and attended to, the dreaming mind seems to respond with richer, more memorable experiences. The advent of global communication and cultural exchange has begun to create hybrid approaches to dream understanding that blend scientific and traditional perspectives. Many contemporary dreamers draw from multiple cultural frameworks, using psychological insights from Western dream analysis alongside spiritual perspectives from various wisdom traditions. This synthesis reflects a growing recognition that dreams might be too complex and multifaceted to be fully understood through any single cultural lens. Gender differences in dream experiences and interpretation also vary significantly across cultures. Some societies have traditionally associated women's dreams with intuition and spiritual insight, while men's dreams might be viewed as related to hunting, warfare, or leadership. These gender-based interpretations reflect broader cultural assumptions about male and female roles, but they also highlight how social context shapes dream meaning. The role of dream sharing varies dramatically across cultures as well. In some societies, sharing dreams with family members or spiritual advisors is considered essential for proper interpretation and action. Other cultures view dreams as intensely private experiences that should rarely, if ever, be discussed with others. These different approaches to dream privacy reflect broader cultural values about individualism, community, and the nature of personal experience. Children's dreams receive special attention in many cultures, often being viewed as particularly pure or prophetic, because young minds are considered more open to spiritual communication. The transition from childhood to adult dreaming patterns is recognized in many traditions as significant, sometimes marking important developmental milestones or spiritual initiations. Healing dreams, those that provide guidance for physical or emotional restoration, are recognized across virtually all cultures, though the mechanisms and interpretations vary widely. Some traditions focus on dreams that provide specific medical guidance, while others emphasize dreams that offer emotional healing or spiritual restoration. The universality of healing dreams suggests that this function of dreaming might represent one of its most fundamental purposes. Modern neuroscience has begun to explore whether cultural background actually influences brain activity during dreaming. Preliminary research suggests that people from cultures that place high value on visual imagery might show different patterns of visual cortex activation during REM sleep compared to those from cultures that emphasize auditory or kinesthetic experiences. If confirmed, such findings would suggest that culture doesn't just influence how we interpret dreams, but might actually shape how we dream at the neurological level. The science of nightmares, understanding our darkest dreams even in the gentle darkness of peaceful sleep. Shadow sometimes falls across the landscape of dreams. Nightmares, those vivid, disturbing dreams that can leave us startled awake with racing hearts and lingering anxiety, represent one of the most universally human, yet deeply personal aspects of sleep experience. Understanding the science behind nightmares reveals not only how these distressing dreams develop, but also how they might serve important functions and how their impact can be reduced. From a neurological perspective, nightmares emerge from the same basic brain processes that create all dreams, but with several key differences that give them their distinctive character and emotional intensity. During nightmare episodes, the amygdala, your brain's alarm system, becomes hyperactive, flooding the dream experience with fear, anxiety, and stress responses that feel as real as any waking threat. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, which would normally help evaluate and moderate these fear responses, remains largely offline due to the neurochemistry of REM sleep. This combination creates the perfect conditions for nightmares. Intense emotional experiences coupled with reduced capacity for rational evaluation. In a nightmare, you might find yourself unable to run from danger, unable to call for help, or unable to distinguish between dream threat and reality. These common nightmare themes reflect the brain's attempt to process fear and vulnerability in a state where normal coping mechanisms are temporarily unavailable. The timing of nightmares follows predictable patterns that reveal much about their underlying mechanisms. Most nightmares occur during the latter half of the night, when REM sleep periods are longest and most intense. This timing means that nightmares often happen during the early morning hours, when cortisol levels are naturally rising and the brain is preparing for wakefulness. The convergence of intense REM activity with increasing stress hormones creates ideal conditions for emotionally charged, memorable dreams. Stress serves as one of the primary triggers for nightmare activity. During periods of high stress, whether from work pressures, relationship difficulties, health concerns, or major life changes, the brain's threat detection systems become more sensitive, and this heightened vigilance carries over into sleep. Nightmares during stressful periods might represent the mind's attempt to practice responses to perceived threats, or to discharge accumulated anxiety in a safe environment. Post-traumatic stress disorder provides a particularly clear window into the relationship between waking experiences and nightmare content. PTSD-related nightmares often involve direct re-experiencing of traumatic events or thematically related scenarios that capture the emotional essence of the trauma. These nightmares can be remarkably persistent, sometimes continuing for years after the original traumatic experience, suggesting that they might serve important psychological functions in trauma processing. Recent research suggests that nightmares, despite their distressing nature, might actually serve adaptive functions. Like a fire drill that prepares people for actual emergencies, nightmares might help the brain practice threat responses and develop coping strategies for challenging situations. The intense emotional experience of a nightmare might strengthen neural pathways involved in fear processing and threat assessment, potentially improving responses to real dangers. The content of nightmares varies across age groups in ways that reflect developmental concerns and life stage challenges. Children's nightmares often involve monsters, supernatural creatures, or situations of abandonment and helplessness, themes that correspond to childhood fears about safety, security, and dependence on caregivers. Adolescent nightmares frequently incorporate social fears, academic pressures, and identity concerns. Adult nightmares might focus on work stress, relationship problems, health concerns, or existential anxieties. Sleep disorders can significantly increase nightmare frequency and intensity. Sleep apnea, which causes repeated breathing interruptions during sleep, often leads to fragmented sleep and increased nightmare occurrence. Restless leg syndrome, which creates uncomfortable sensations that disrupt sleep, can also contribute to nightmare activity. These connections suggest that maintaining good overall sleep health is crucial for minimizing nightmare experiences. Certain medications can dramatically influence nightmare patterns. Antidepressants, particularly those that affect REM sleep, can initially suppress nightmares, but may lead to intense nightmare rebound when discontinued. Beta blockers, blood pressure medications, and some sleep aids can also influence nightmare frequency and intensity. Understanding these medication effects is important for anyone experiencing changes in dream patterns after starting new treatments. The relationship between physical health and nightmares reveals fascinating connections between body and mind during sleep. Fever often increases nightmare activity, possibly because elevated body temperature affects neurotransmitter function and brain activity patterns. Eating large meals close to bedtime can increase nightmare occurrence, likely due to increased metabolic activity and body temperature during sleep. Even sleeping position can influence dream content, with some research suggesting that sleeping on the stomach might increase the likelihood of intense or disturbing dreams. Gender differences in nightmare experiences reflect both biological and social factors. Women report nightmares more frequently than men throughout most age ranges, with the gender gap being particularly pronounced during reproductive years. Hormonal fluctuations associated with menstrual cycles, pregnancy, and menopause appear to influence nightmare frequency, suggesting that reproductive hormones play roles in dream content and emotional intensity. Cultural factors significantly influence both the content of nightmares and the distress they cause. In cultures where nightmares are viewed as spiritually significant communications or warnings, they might cause less psychological distress than in cultures where they're seen purely as symptoms of mental health problems. Some cultures have developed elaborate rituals and practices for preventing nightmares or transforming their meaning, while others offer little cultural support for dealing with disturbing dreams. The phenomenon of recurrent nightmares, the same distressing dream that repeats over time, provides insights into how the brain processes unresolved psychological material. These persistent dreams often continue until some resolution is achieved, either through changes in external circumstances or through internal psychological work. Recurrent nightmares might represent the mind's continued attempts to process and integrate difficult experiences or emotions. Childhood nightmare patterns often predict adult sleep and mental health outcomes. Children who experience frequent nightmares are more likely to develop anxiety disorders, depression, and sleep problems as adults. Though the causal relationships remain complex, some children who experience nightmares may be naturally more sensitive to stress and threat, making them vulnerable to both disturbing dreams and later psychological difficulties. The transition from nightmares to more neutral or positive dream content often serves as an indicator of psychological healing and growth. People recovering from trauma, major depression, or significant life stresses often report gradual changes in their dream patterns, with nightmares becoming less frequent or intense as healing progresses. This pattern suggests that nightmare monitoring might serve as a useful indicator of overall psychological well-being. In the vast landscape of sleep consciousness, lucid dreaming represents perhaps the most extraordinary territory, a realm where the dreamer awakens within the dream itself, maintaining conscious awareness while remaining asleep. This remarkable state of consciousness has captivated philosophers, scientists, and dreamers for centuries, offering unique insights into the nature of consciousness itself, while providing practical benefits for creativity, problem-solving, and personal growth. The phenomenon of lucid dreaming occurs when the dreamer becomes aware that they are dreaming while the dream continues. This awareness often brings with it the ability to consciously influence dream content, essentially allowing the dreamer to become both the author and audience of their own nocturnal narratives. Imagine realizing mid-dream that you are dreaming, then deciding to fly over a beautiful landscape, have a conversation with a historical figure, or practice a skill you're learning in waking life. From a neuroscientific perspective, lucid dreaming represents a fascinating hybrid state of consciousness. Brain imaging studies have revealed that during lucid dreams, certain areas of the prefrontal cortex, regions associated with self-awareness and critical thinking, show increased activity compared to ordinary dreams. This heightened prefrontal activity might explain how lucid dreamers maintain the capacity for reflection and decision-making that is typically absent during regular dreaming. The precuneus, a brain region associated with self-awareness and metacognition, thinking about thinking, also shows distinctive activation patterns during lucid dreams. This increased activity in self-referential brain networks might provide the neural foundation for the expanded sense of self-awareness that characterizes lucid dreaming. It's as if the brain partially awakens the mechanisms of conscious reflection while maintaining the immersive experience of dreaming. Interestingly, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for working memory and executive control, shows intermediate levels of activity during lucid dreams, more than in ordinary dreams, but less than in full wakefulness. This partial activation might explain why lucid dreamers can maintain some degree of rational thought and planning, while still experiencing the fluid, associative thinking characteristic of dreams. The ability to achieve lucid dreaming varies dramatically among individuals. Some people experience lucid dreams naturally and frequently from childhood, while others may never have a lucid dream without specific training. Research suggests that certain personality traits, particularly openness to experience, introspection, and creativity, correlate with increased lucid dreaming frequency. People who regularly practice meditation or other mindfulness techniques also tend to experience lucid dreams more often. Several techniques have been developed to increase the likelihood of lucid dreaming. Reality testing involves regularly questioning whether one is dreaming throughout the day, examining hands for unusual appearance, checking digital clocks for inconsistent time displays, or looking for other dream signs. When this habit becomes automatic, it often carries over into dreams, triggering lucidity when dream reality fails these tests. The wake back to bed technique involves waking early in the morning, staying awake for a period while thinking about lucid dreaming, then returning to sleep with the intention to become lucid. This method takes advantage of the increased REM sleep and dream activity that occur during morning hours, when lucid dreams are most likely to develop. Mnemonic induction techniques involve setting strong intentions before sleep to recognize the dream state. Practitioners might repeat phrases like, "Next time I'm dreaming, I will remember I'm dreaming," while visualizing themselves becoming lucid in a recent dream. This mental rehearsal appears to increase the likelihood of achieving lucidity during subsequent dreams. Some researchers have experimented with technological aids for lucid dream induction. Light-based devices that detect REM sleep through eye movement sensors can provide gentle light cues during dream periods, potentially triggering lucidity without fully awakening the dreamer. Audio cues delivered at specific times during REM sleep have also shown promise for inducing lucid dreams. The potential applications of lucid dreaming extend far beyond mere curiosity about consciousness. Artists and creative individuals often use lucid dreams as laboratories for inspiration and experimentation. Musicians can compose new pieces, visual artists can explore impossible landscapes, and writers can develop complex narratives in the boundless realm of dream consciousness. Athletes and performers have begun incorporating lucid dreaming into training regimens, using dream time to practice complex skills or mentally rehearse important performances. Research suggests that motor skills practiced in lucid dreams can actually improve waking performance, similar to the benefits of mental rehearsal in sports psychology. Lucid dreaming also offers unique opportunities for confronting fears and anxieties in a completely safe environment. People with phobias can gradually expose themselves to feared situations in dreams, where no real danger exists. Those struggling with recurring nightmares can learn to transform threatening dream scenarios into more positive experiences, potentially reducing the emotional impact of disturbing dreams. The therapeutic potential of lucid dreaming has attracted increasing attention from psychologists and sleep researchers. Some therapists are exploring lucid dreaming techniques as adjuncts to traditional therapy, particularly for trauma processing, anxiety reduction, and personal growth work. The ability to consciously engage with dream content might provide unique opportunities for psychological healing and insight. Problem solving in lucid dreams represents another fascinating application. The relaxed logical constraints of dream consciousness, combined with the expanded awareness of lucidity, create ideal conditions for creative insight and innovative thinking. Some lucid dreamers report solving complex problems, developing new ideas, or gaining fresh perspectives on challenging situations during their dream experiences. The study of lucid dreaming has also contributed to broader understanding of consciousness itself. The fact that self-awareness can exist in different forms and degrees, from full wakefulness through various levels of lucidity to complete unconsciousness, challenges simple binary models of consciousness. Lucid dreaming suggests that consciousness might be better understood as a spectrum of states rather than an on-off phenomenon. Philosophical implications of lucid dreaming touch on fundamental questions about the nature of reality and experience. If dream experiences can feel completely real and can have lasting effects on learning and emotional well-being, what distinguishes real from imagined experience? Lucid dreamers often report that their most meaningful dream experiences feel as significant as important waking life events, suggesting that the value of experience might not depend entirely on its correspondence to external reality. The relationship between lucid dreaming and spiritual practices has been recognized in many contemplative traditions. Tibetan Buddhist dream yoga explicitly uses lucid dreaming as preparation for navigating the bardos, or intermediate states between life and death. These practices suggest that the expanded awareness cultivated in lucid dreaming might have applications beyond sleep, potentially enhancing mindfulness and self-awareness in waking life as well. Each night, as you drift into sleep, your brain transforms into a master archivist, sorting through the day's experiences with the precision of a librarian, organizing countless volumes of information. Dreams appear to play crucial roles in this nightly process of memory consolidation, helping to determine which experiences become lasting memories and which fade into forgotten fragments. Understanding this relationship between dreams and memory reveals how sleep serves not just as rest, but as an active period of learning and mental organization. The process of memory consolidation during sleep operates through multiple mechanisms, each serving different aspects of learning and recall. During the lighter stages of non-REM sleep, your brain replays recent experiences, particularly those involving procedural learning, the acquisition of skills and habits. If you spent the afternoon learning to play a new piece of music or practicing a physical technique, your brain might spend portions of the night replaying these motor sequences, strengthening the neural pathways that will allow for improved performance. The hippocampus, that seahorse-shaped structure deep within your brain, serves as a temporary storage facility for new experiences throughout the day. During sleep, it engages in an intricate dialogue with the neocortex, gradually transferring important memories from temporary to more permanent storage. This transfer process appears to occur in waves, with the hippocampus repeatedly broadcasting memory patterns to various cortical regions during sleep. REM sleep, when the most vivid dreams occur, plays particularly important roles in emotional memory consolidation and creative insight formation. During REM periods, your brain appears to focus on integrating new experiences with existing knowledge networks, creating novel associations and insights that might not emerge during waking consciousness. The reduced activity in brain regions responsible for logical evaluation during REM sleep might facilitate these creative connections by allowing unusual associations to form without immediate censorship. Research has revealed that dreaming about recently learned material can significantly enhance memory performance. Students who dream about studying material they learned before sleep often show improved recall and comprehension compared to those who don't dream about the material. This effect appears strongest for complex, meaningful information rather than simple facts, suggesting that dreams might particularly enhance understanding and integration of new concepts. The emotional significance of experiences strongly influences their likelihood of appearing in dreams and being consolidated into lasting memories. Emotionally charged events, whether positive or negative, are more likely to be processed during REM sleep and to form strong, lasting memories. This emotional prioritization system helps ensure that experiences with potential importance for future survival and well-being receive preferential processing during sleep. Dreams often create novel combinations of memories from different time periods, blending recent experiences with older recollections in ways that can generate new insights and understanding. You might dream of a recent conversation taking place in your childhood home, or find yourself using a skill learned years ago to solve a current problem. These temporal memory combinations might serve important functions in helping integrate new experiences with existing knowledge structures. The forgetting that occurs during sleep is as important as the remembering. Your brain appears to actively eliminate unnecessary or irrelevant information during sleep, preventing memory storage systems from becoming cluttered with trivial details. This selective forgetting helps maintain the efficiency of memory networks and ensures that important information doesn't become buried among irrelevant details. Sleep spindles, those brief bursts of brain activity during non-REM sleep, appear to play crucial roles in memory consolidation. Research has shown that people who produce more sleep spindles during learning periods show better memory retention. These neural events might serve as markers of successful memory transfer from the hippocampus to long-term cortical storage sites. The spacing effect in learning, the fact that information studied over multiple sessions is better remembered than information crammed in a single session, might partly depend on sleep-related memory consolidation. Each sleep period following a learning session provides opportunities for memory strengthening and integration, making distributed learning more effective than massed practice. Individual differences in dream recall correlate with differences in memory consolidation patterns. People who regularly remember their dreams often show distinctive brain activity patterns during sleep, including higher activity in brain regions associated with memory formation. These individual differences suggest that some people might be naturally more effective at using sleep for memory consolidation. The relationship between dreams and traumatic memories reveals both the benefits and challenges of sleep-related memory processing. While sleep generally helps integrate difficult experiences in healthy ways, traumatic memories can sometimes become stuck in memory networks, leading to recurring nightmares and insufficient emotional processing. Understanding these mechanisms has implications for treating trauma-related sleep disorders and promoting healthy memory integration. Age-related changes in sleep architecture correspond to changes in memory consolidation effectiveness. Older adults often experience reduced deep sleep and altered REM sleep patterns, which might contribute to age-related memory difficulties. However, research suggests that improving sleep quality in older adults can help maintain better cognitive function and memory performance. The role of dreams in creative memory consolidation extends beyond simple storage and recall to include the generation of novel insights and solutions. Many historical accounts describe important discoveries or artistic creations that emerged from dreams, from scientific breakthroughs to musical compositions. These creative dreams might represent the ultimate expression of memory consolidation processes, where the recombination of existing knowledge leads to genuinely new understanding. Different types of learning appear to be processed during different sleep stages, with procedural memories, skills, and habits being consolidated primarily during non-REM sleep, while emotional and associative memories receive more processing during REM sleep. This division of labor might explain why complete sleep cycles, including both non-REM and REM stages, are necessary for optimal learning and memory performance. The discovery that memories can be reactivated and modified during sleep has opened new possibilities for understanding how dreams might reshape our understanding of past experiences. Each time a memory is reactivated during sleep, it becomes temporarily malleable and can be influenced by current emotional states and recent experiences. This malleability might explain how dreams can sometimes alter our emotional responses to past events or help integrate new perspectives on old experiences. As we stand at the threshold of a new era in neuroscience and sleep research, the scientific study of dreams is experiencing a renaissance of discovery and innovation. Advanced technologies, sophisticated theoretical frameworks, and interdisciplinary approaches are converging to unlock secrets about dreams that would have seemed like science fiction just decades ago. This emerging landscape of dream research promises to transform not only our understanding of sleep consciousness, but also our approaches to mental health, creativity, learning, and human potential. The development of high-resolution brain imaging technologies is providing unprecedented windows into the dreaming mind. New generations of fMRI machines can now track neural activity with spatial precision measured in fractions of millimeters and temporal resolution measured in fractions of seconds. These advances are allowing researchers to map the precise neural networks involved in different types of dream experiences, from visual imagery to emotional processing to narrative construction. Artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms are revolutionizing dream content analysis in ways that were unimaginable just a few years ago. Researchers are developing AI systems that can decode dream imagery directly from brain scans, potentially allowing for real-time monitoring of dream content without relying on subjective dream reports. Early experiments have successfully identified whether dreamers are seeing faces, objects, or specific types of scenes based solely on neural activity patterns during REM sleep. The emerging field of computational dream modeling attempts to create computer simulations of the dreaming process, potentially allowing researchers to test hypotheses about dream function and mechanism in controlled virtual environments. These models incorporate what we know about brain chemistry, neural network dynamics, and memory consolidation processes to simulate how dreams might emerge from the complex interactions of sleeping brain systems. Advances in neurostimulation technologies are opening new possibilities for influencing dream content and quality. Transcranial direct current stimulation and transcranial magnetic stimulation can now deliver precisely targeted electrical or magnetic pulses to specific brain regions during sleep, potentially enhancing memory consolidation reducing nightmare frequency, or even inducing specific types of dream experiences. The development of closed-loop neurofeedback systems represents one of the most exciting frontiers in dream research. These systems monitor brain activity in real time during sleep and can deliver personalized interventions, such as gentle sounds, lights, or electrical stimulation, based on detected sleep stages or dream content. Such systems might eventually allow for personalized dream enhancement, nightmare treatment, or targeted memory consolidation. Virtual and augmented reality technologies are beginning to intersect with dream research in fascinating ways. Researchers are exploring whether VR experiences before sleep can influence subsequent dream content, potentially allowing for therapeutic applications, such as exposure therapy for phobias or practice environments for skill learning. Some experiments are investigating whether sensory inputs during REM sleep can be incorporated into ongoing dreams without causing awakening. The field of chronobiology, the study of biological rhythms, is revealing how dream patterns relate to broader cycles of biological function. Research on circadian rhythms, seasonal variations in sleep, and individual differences in chronotype, whether someone is naturally a morning person or night owl, is showing how timing affects not just when we dream, but what kinds of dreams we experience, and how effectively dreams serve memory consolidation and emotional processing functions. Genetic research is beginning to identify specific genes associated with dream recall, nightmare susceptibility, and sleep architecture. These discoveries might eventually lead to personalized approaches to sleep optimization and dream enhancement based on individual genetic profiles. Understanding the genetic basis of dream experiences might also provide insights into how dreaming evolved and why it varies among individuals. The emerging understanding of the glymphatic system, the brain's waste clearance system that operates primarily during sleep, is revealing new connections between sleep quality, dream experiences, and long-term brain health. Research suggests that optimal glymphatic function during sleep might be crucial for preventing neurodegenerative diseases, raising the possibility that dream-rich sleep serves not just psychological functions, but also fundamental brain maintenance roles. Pharmacological research is identifying specific neurotransmitter systems and brain chemistry patterns associated with different types of dream experiences. This research might eventually lead to targeted medications that could enhance creative dreaming, reduce nightmare frequency, or optimize the memory consolidation functions of sleep. However, such approaches raise important ethical questions about the nature of authentic experience and the risks of artificially manipulating consciousness. The study of dream sharing and collective dreaming experiences is being approached with new scientific rigor. While historically considered purely anecdotal, some researchers are investigating whether shared dream environments might be possible through technological mediation, or whether dream experiences can be synchronized between individuals through various forms of sensory or electromagnetic coupling. Mobile technology and wearable devices are democratizing dream research by allowing large-scale data collection from people sleeping in their natural environments rather than artificial laboratory settings. Smartphone apps that monitor sleep stages, track dream patterns, and collect dream reports are generating massive datasets that reveal population-level patterns in dream experiences and their relationships to health, lifestyle, and environmental factors. The integration of dream research with artificial general intelligence development is raising profound questions about the nature of consciousness and experience. As AI systems become more sophisticated, researchers are exploring whether artificial systems might benefit from dreamlike offline processing periods, and whether the functions served by biological dreaming might need to be replicated in artificial minds. Therapeutic applications of dream research are expanding beyond traditional psychotherapy to include treatment of physical health conditions. Research suggests that dream content and sleep quality might influence immune function, pain perception, and recovery from illness or injury. Future medical approaches might incorporate dream optimization as part of comprehensive treatment protocols. The study of dreams across the human lifespan is revealing how dreaming changes from infancy through old age, and how these changes relate to cognitive development, brain maturation, and age-related neurological changes. Understanding these developmental patterns might inform approaches to supporting healthy brain aging and maintaining cognitive function throughout life. Environmental and social factors affecting dream experiences are receiving increased attention as researchers recognize that dreaming doesn't occur in isolation from broader life contexts. Studies of how urbanization, technology use, social media, climate change, and cultural shifts influence dream content and function are providing insights into how modern life affects this fundamental aspect of human experience. As we look toward the future of dream science, we stand at the convergence of multiple technological and theoretical advances that promise to transform our understanding of consciousness itself. The implications extend far beyond academic curiosity to touch on fundamental questions about the nature of mind, the mechanisms of healing and growth, and the potential for human enhancement and self-understanding. In the quiet laboratories where researchers monitor the sleeping brain, we are discovering that dreams might hold keys not just to better sleep, but to unlocking human potential in ways we are only beginning to imagine. As our journey through the landscape of dream science draws to a gentle close, we find ourselves standing at the edge of a vast ocean of mystery, having explored just a few of the countless shores that dreams offer to those who approach them with curiosity and wonder. What emerges from this exploration is not a complete map of the dreaming mind, for dreams, in their infinite variety and personal significance, resist simple categorization, but rather an appreciation for the profound complexity and beauty of these nightly journeys into consciousness. The scientific understanding we've wandered through together reveals dreams to be far more than the random neural noise they were once considered to be. Instead, they emerge as sophisticated products of brain systems working in intricate harmony, serving functions that span from the mundane maintenance of memory and emotion to the profound creativity and insight that has shaped human culture throughout history. Dreams represent one of evolution's most remarkable innovations, a way for conscious beings to continue learning, growing, and healing, even while the body rests in peaceful vulnerability. Yet for all that science has revealed about the mechanisms of dreaming, the personal, subjective experience of dreams remains beautifully mysterious. Each night, each dreamer enters a private theater where impossible stories unfold according to laws that exist nowhere else in the universe. In dreams, we can be simultaneously ourselves and others, existing in multiple times and places, experiencing emotions and sensations that transcend the boundaries of waking life. This personal mystery is not something that science diminishes, but rather something it helps us appreciate more fully. The healing aspects of dreams perhaps offer the most hope for practical application of dream research. Understanding how dreams process emotion, integrate memory, and provide safe spaces for confronting fears and anxieties opens new possibilities for supporting mental health and personal growth. As research continues to reveal the connections between healthy dreaming and overall well-being, we may find that paying attention to our dreams becomes not just an interesting pastime, but an important component of maintaining psychological and even physical health. The cultural dimensions of dreaming remind us that while the neurological foundations of dreams are universal, their meaning and significance are deeply personal and culturally informed. Dreams serve as bridges between individual consciousness and collective human experience, offering each dreamer access to both their most private thoughts and the universal themes that connect all humanity. Understanding this dual nature of dreams, both intensely personal and broadly universal, can help us appreciate both our uniqueness and our fundamental connectedness to others. The emerging technologies and research methods we've explored promise to unlock even more secrets about dreams in the coming years. Yet, as our scientific understanding grows more sophisticated, the wonder and mystery of dreams only deepens. Each answer reveals new questions. Each discovery opens new territories for exploration. The dreaming mind, it seems, is vast enough to accommodate both rigorous scientific inquiry and boundless personal meaning-making. For those seeking to enhance their own dream experiences, the research offers gentle guidance rather than rigid prescriptions. Creating conditions for healthy sleep, regular schedules, comfortable environments, stress management, and attention to physical health supports not only better rest, but richer dream experiences. Approaching dreams with curiosity rather than anxiety, keeping dream journals when inspiration strikes, and remaining open to the insights and healing that dreams might offer can help anyone develop a more meaningful relationship with their nightly mental adventures. The future of dream research promises exciting developments, but perhaps its greatest contribution will be in helping us maintain wonder and mystery in an increasingly quantified and rationalized world. Dreams remind us that consciousness is stranger and more marvelous than our waking minds can fully comprehend. They offer nightly proof that reality is far richer and more flexible than our everyday experience suggests. As you prepare to surrender to sleep after our time together, consider carrying with you a sense of anticipation for the dreams that await. Tonight, as every night, your mind will embark on journeys that no external travel could match, creating experiences that belong entirely to you, while connecting you to the great mystery of consciousness that all dreamers share. In the gentle darkness of sleep, you will join the billions of other minds around the world, engaged in the ancient, ongoing process of dreaming, each creating private worlds of meaning, while participating in one of humanity's most fundamental and mysterious shared experiences. The theater of the dreaming mind awaits, ready to present tonight's unique performance, written by your unconscious wisdom and directed by the complex choreography of your sleeping brain. As you close your eyes and feel yourself drifting toward that threshold between waking and sleeping, remember that you are embarking on a journey that is both scientifically fascinating and personally meaningful, both completely natural and utterly miraculous. Sweet dreams, fellow traveler in the vast landscape of consciousness. May your nights be filled with the restorative power of peaceful sleep and the endless creativity of the dreaming mind. And may you wake each morning with a deeper appreciation for the remarkable gift of consciousness in all its forms, waking and dreaming, rational and intuitive, individual and universal. In the quiet moments before sleep takes hold, as thoughts begin to drift and merge in that drowsy state between day and night, remember that you are about to participate in one of nature's most beautiful phenomena. The same process that has unfolded in sleeping minds for millions of years is about to unfold in yours, connecting you to the great river of consciousness that flows through all dreaming beings. Rest well and dream beautifully. The mystery continues as it always has and always will, in the gentle theater of sleep, where consciousness plays its most creative and healing games. Until we meet again in the waking world, may your dreams carry you safely through the night and return you refreshed to the dawn, carrying with you whatever wisdom the dreaming mind chooses to share.